I'm interested that you mentioned the word leadership. You've mentioned it before now.
Yeah.
I mean, for you, what are leadership qualities? Is a leader just somebody who tells everybody else what to do this, do that, because I say so? Is that how you lead?
No, as a leader, you have to show good example by the way you put yourself or the way you present yourself as a leader, and to have confidence as a leader. You can achieve, you can do anything, but again, as a leader, you have to hear the rest of the people ideas, not only your own ideas, whereby you want to put only your only ideas, and you cannot want to bring people to with ideas or opinion, and to listen. Because if you listen everybody's ideas or opinion, you can know the way you take your things forward, or the way you push things to so they can work on a better way and on the good way as a leader.
Right, you mentioned this word confidence. If we had a sort of scale and we're ticking every time you mention confidence, you've mentioned it at least 3 or 4 times since we began this conversation. Now, all of us feel instances where we feel shy, we feel we can't cope. What's your magic formula for being confident? You say you're being confident. What does it mean to be confident? To stand up and say, here I am? What's confidence to you?
Confidence is to be confident. Because by
doing what?
By like, for example, in Special Olympics, I was chosen to be a global messenger.
Right, so you've been chosen.
Yes.
So
and being chosen.
So you accept the challenge. I will be a global messenger. Then what? Are you preparing in any way to be a global messenger, or is it just coming naturally?
It doesn't come naturally, but because you have to fight on it and to present yourself in a good way. Because without that, even the way I'm saying, I sit on the board of directors in Special Olympics Kenya, whereby I'm presenting almost 35 or 33,000 athletes in Kenya. It is not easy. But through Special Olympics, when I became a global messenger and the international global messenger, our job it was to give speeches, to mingle with guests if it is like a function like cocktail.
Right, so were you always a wonderful public speaker? Were you sort of, Barack Obama, won't bother, just go out there and speak? How did you learn these public speaking skills?
Because of Special Olympics, and like the first time when, because in Special Olympics, as a leader, you have to give a speech. Whereby when you're giving a speech, you left under all these people, they're looking at me.
Right.
I'm not used to such kind of thing, but again, when you're there, you just have to give your speech and just try to relax and to give the normal speech. Sometimes when you give a speech, maybe the words disappear because you have seen a lot of eyes looking at you and left under, wow, you get overwhelmed. But it's just to get you to have the courage and to continue by giving speeches and to do what you're supposed to do as an athlete leader.
I look at this references to you, and we hear that this Sergeant Shriver. Now, Shriver for the Kenyans maybe sort of has the Kennedy family, Shriver. Yes. I mean, how did you get involved with them? Because they're the ones who made you a global messenger. Tell us that story.
Anyway, they brought our leadership, 12 athletes, whereby 12 athletes from different countries. And it was not easy even for me to reach there because they sent you a form, you have to fill it, and then send it back. So they have to vote who to pick. Because the last class, it was a good class, it was really strong class. And we represented ourselves by talking, sitting on the meeting whereby we have to put ideas and suggestions, and sometimes even we end up voting because of Special Olympics, because the way forward in Special Olympics to be a better place for these athletes, we have to vote. Sometimes we end up voting, we have to talk, because the 12 of us, we are speaking for so many voices outside there. As much they're not sitting there, but we are representing them in a different quorum as an international global messenger. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm going to go back to sort of end, if you allow me to the individual, because I think that's the interest. As a young lad, there you are coping. How are you coping with your circumstances as an adult, if you would? I mean, do you live on your own? I'm interested in those details, if you're prepared to share them.
And I live on my own because with age, sometimes you have to experience by living on your own.
Exactly.
And sometimes, so long as you're working, you have to live on your own, or sometimes
right,
you have to make a decision.
Right, so
now,
you are a full-time employee of the Special Olympics Committee.
Yes.
You're in charge, you get a salary,
yes,
and you go back home,
yes,
and you sort yourself out on a daily basis.
Yes. So I'm not really with my parents, but sometimes I can visit them, I can do 1, 2, 3. But it is really great because as much we are special, we don't know how to read so well, but what we know, as much we are special, we can do anything like the rest of the people. If we get a chance, if we've been given opportunity, we can do the way the rest of the people they can do. Because like me, I always take a matatu each and every single day. And even, like for example, in the club, I always go take myself in the club. If it is not a coach, I take in charge as an athlete leader. So the rest of the athletes, they can follow my instruction, or maybe I can just tell them, do this and do that. Because it has given me opportunity by traveling outside alone. It has given me good opportunity by traveling like each and every place. Maybe in 1 month, maybe I have traveled twice. Like this year, I went to Korea for the World Games.
Yes.
After that, I came back and I went to a good conference in South Africa. So Special Olympics are giving me a chance to open up, to share ideas with my friends, with the public or the community.
Right.
And to give me the confidence I can make it in life.
I have one more question because time doesn't allow.
Yeah.
And the last question, I just ask you, this committee, what is the next initiative? What are you up to now? What are you trying to achieve in the immediate future?
In the immediate future, maybe is to create a lot of awareness about Special Olympics. And to
how are you going to do that? I mean, what's the next event in the calendar?
The next event, we are organizing competitions from the district or maybe from the provinces, so we can go to the national games early next year. So, right. So we can choose a team.
And the whole issue of fundraising, how are you going to do that?
By creating awareness and let Kenyans to come and support Special Olympics. As much Special Olympics is giving...
And when's the next opportunity? I'm giving you a chance to make an appeal, so you better take it.
Okay, the next opportunity, we're having a golf tournament this Friday at the Vet Club, whereby it will be golf, and we want so many Kenyans who know how to play golf to come out and to support Special Olympics by playing golf.
Right. Vet Labs this Friday?
This Friday.
What time?
From 12 until at night.
Brilliant. So there'll be fun to be had as well.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Joshua Agare, it's a pleasure to have had you on the JSA interview.
Thank you so much.